We've just arrived in Svishtov. We came on a bus from Sofia, and a few more things to tell you about the capital while I'm doing nothing else, sitting on the balcony in our hotel in Svishtov. As you can probably tell, the weather isn't great. It's rained a lot in Sofia, it's very overcast here, and our views across to the Danube have been restricted from time to time just by mist. The whole river just disappeared in the mist, but can actually see Romania just about at the moment. In Sofia we had a good time, but we had to shelter a lot from the weather, and there's loads of places to shelter. We came across Vitosha Boulevard, as you probably gathered, and found loads of coffee places, restaurants, cafes, and ended up on the day that we came up here on the bus, in fact this morning, we ended up in a place called Martin's, which was not only a cafe but a roastery as well, so they roast their own coffee, and it was really nice, and they had some nice cakes as well, and it was very near where we needed to be at the Serdica 2 metro station, and from there we travelled up to the main railway station. Now, last time we took a train from Sofia up to Svishtov, and we never actually went up to the normal street level in the station, because you go down to the underground level to get underneath the main road, and you never come up again because you stay in the tunnels underneath and until you come up on your platform further across the station. So this time we were going by bus. The central bus station is right next door to the railway station, so we went into the railway station to wait it out until the bus was due and had a good look round. And there's some what you might call train sets hanging around the station. There's some old locomotives and a bit of a train, which was quite interesting.
Sit back and put your feet up and we'll get the show airborne. We'll get the show airborne.
Something to look at perhaps next year is the mezzanine level in the station, which has been cleared, and there is a billboard up that explains what they're going to do with it. It's going to be a leisure area with some little shop units. Worth a mention, by the way, from someone like me who doesn't use cash at all, that Sofia, I didn't need any. I am going to get some out of the machine here in Svishtov. They don't make you any charges for using the cash machines here, and there are certain restaurants that don't take cards, but there aren't many of them, only a couple spring to mind. Most of the places that we eat in Svishtov, they do take cards. Interestingly, when we were still at Sofia railway station, and one of the things that's a bit of a nuisance, because as you get older you tend to need the toilets more, is that they tend to want to get some cash off you. We didn't have any. Actually, we probably did. We usually have a few lev, but the toilets took cards here, so you pay one lev, it's about 40-45p, to go to the toilet, and you use a card to get in. And both the railway station and later on the bus station had card payments for the toilets, so that was good. Have come across card payments for toilets before. Some years ago, when they re-equipped Barcelona station in Spain with new toilets, they were all fitted with card readers too. And what they did there was they charged you €1, and that's probably a bit much to use the toilet, but they included with that a voucher that you could retrieve at any of the cafes around the station. So if I was going to have a cup of coffee anyway, I'd get a voucher to give me a bit of discount off it. So here we are. I'm sitting here talking about toilets at the hotel in Svishtov. I'm sure that's not what you wanted to hear, but we'll deal with Svishtov and have a quick look round while we're here. We are actually making whistle-stop tours of places in Bulgaria, and we'll be moving on to Russe next, but let's do a few things in Svishtov. In particular, let's go and look at the park up on the hill where the sundial used to be. Last time we were here last autumn, they had dug it up, and there were sort of coffin-shaped dig outs in the ground. Well, it's got a lot worse now. They've dug out more and more. I'm not sure if they've got some archaeological reason for doing that, but so far nothing's been put back except they've replaced all the pathways around the area with block paving. So there's piles of blocks around, and the block paving is a work in progress. It's going to look quite good when it's finished, but it looks as though it's way off that yet. Probably on our next visit we'll be able to show you the finished article.
Oceans whisper, tales untold. Mountains rise with hearts of gold. Leisure spots and lively scenes in Europe's land of endless dreams. Europe's calling, hear the sound. In every city joy is found. Old and new blend side by side. In Europe let our hearts collide. Unraveled stories.
Moving into the centre of Svishtov, and this is Aleko Square, and they're digging up the old block paving. It's in strips, as you can see, and we guess they're going to replace it all.
Europe's calling, hear the sound. In every city joy is found. Old and new blend side by side. In Europe let our hearts collide.
It's also a shame that they're digging up the old fountains, because they were absolutely beautiful, particularly at night when they were lit up. So I just hope they put them back, or perhaps something even better. I was going to give you a flyover at Aleko Square with the drone, but unfortunately I misjudged the height of a tree and collided, and the drone got stuck up there. As it happened, as soon as the motors stopped, it fell to the ground, and it wasn't damaged in any way, which is impressive for such a budget drone. Anyway, we're taking the bus now into Oresh, where my house is. The bus stop opposite this little shop is where we get off. It costs 2 lev 50 to get from Svishtov to Oresh, and then we have a walk up the hill towards our house. So obviously I'm now at the little house in Oresh. You maybe recognise it. The builders, I've been inside with them talking things through for at least half an hour, and I've kind of left them to it now, because we have to use Google Translate, and they talk into it, I talk into it, and Google does all the translation for us. Very handy little tool, that, because it never used to do Bulgarian years ago when we first started coming here, but now it does. Anyway, the next step for us, you'll have seen that we had the bathroom floor concreted, so we can work from the ground up. But we've still got a gable end that needs finishing off, and we need to have the roof finishing off a bit, but mainly the ceiling in plastering and plasterboard and mixture of such things in the bathroom areas itself. And that's basically what they're measuring up, and I've left them to it now. So that's the work for the next few months. I've decided that the way it works best for me and for them is that I come along and agree things, they measure up, give me a price, and they fit it in when they can, because I'm not here. I'm not on their backs all the time saying when you're going to do this, and they just do it in their own time, and next time I come back it's done, which is good. The other job I want doing, has just been pointed out to me, that this around these windows and patio door needs finishing off, but actually needs the whole wall rendering. So at some point we're going to have a proper external render put on the whole of the outside here. That's a job for another day. So here, this is funny sort of day today. It's a bit misty, can't see very far into the distance, but I can feel the heat of the sun. It's quite warm. It's turned out to be quite a nice day, and unlike Sofia, where we were a few days ago, it's not raining all the time. All the drainage systems were put into this bathroom extension before the concrete floor went down, so now all we have to do is put the respective items in place and plumb them with hot and cold water as necessary. I've been using clip art to give me an idea of how things are going to fit in. I'm not a graphic designer, otherwise I'd use some kind of CAD system, and of course this extension is to be split into two, one being the ensuite to the bedroom, the other half being the main bathroom into the main part of the house, and with a partition in between containing the hot water system. After talking buildings with the contractors, I headed over to Colin's house for a coffee and met the puppies. 9 puppies and 1 mum. 10 dogs is a lot to look after, and there's constant mopping involved. Our favourite restaurant in Svishtov for many years has been the restaurant Svishtov. Normally in the better weather in the summer we eat outside in the yard. The owner actually calls it the garden, and he said he's doing some work on the garden this year. We had several discussions with the owner on our visits this time, and he also let us sample some of his homemade liqueur, which was made, I believe, from his own cherry blossom. He's a very interesting man and very friendly. And this is a great restaurant, it must be good. The mayor eats here as well. I noticed a copy of the book by Ganyo by our table. Aleko Konstantinov's name is everywhere in Svishtov, of course, and Aleko Square is named after him. And the house he used to live in is now a museum, and we went round that a few years ago. After last year's experiences with accommodation, we're back staying in the Hotel Nove. It's well lit up at night, as you can see. I'm still not sure what the bow and arrow thing's all about. I'm sure I'll find out one day. The rooms and the bed comfortable as ever, really big ensuite. The on-site restaurant, which does your breakfast and serves meals all day, is also open to non-residents. Talking of last year's accommodation, I couldn't believe they're still advertising the same property on booking.com, and the map that's with it still shows it's in the same place. Complete work of fiction. I don't know how they're getting away with this. I went back just to make sure they hadn't built it in the meantime, but no, I even peered down an alley by the shop. The only thing on the corner where the plot is marked on the map is this shop, and we looked all round. You definitely couldn't stay in this shop unless you camped out in the window. However, the shop is on the corner of the road where the French cafe is, and at the other end of the same street there's this old school. It's been 9 years since Lati arranged for us to have a look round the inside of this school, which also means that it's been 9 years since we've been to Aleko's house, because that was on the same day.
From Svishtov, and Sofia, the Balkan charm is very clear. So join us in these charming places and watch the people's friendly faces. Welcome to Bulgaria with video from Nathan. Sit back and put your feet up and we'll get the show airborne.
And as you can see, the drone is fully airborne as well. And this building has had scaffolding and all sorts of work going on for the last couple of years. And apparently that's now finished, and this is the new facade.
We'll get the show airborne.